Just pause it temporarily. See if we can do that. Wrapping paper. Wrapping paper, the waitresses. Dun, 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 dun. They don't just play that? Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Is it called Christmas wrap? Oh, it's called something else, huh? You thought it was called wrapping paper. Yeah. I always mess up that one. The one hit wonder, huh? Merry Christmas. Yeah. Just guessed, I guess. What? No thanks. It's like dun dun dun. It's like I had it, but it's not letting me. It's wanting to like, yeah, play this video, Don. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Yo. Merry Christmas. Christmas wrapping. You thought it was called wrapping paper, right? It's called Christmas wrapping by the waitresses. Originally taken from the 1981 album A Christmas Record on Z.E. Records. There you go. It's a one-hit wonder, that kind of deal. Yeah. But it was just, you were kind of lucky back then if you got on the air around 1981. Because that was, if you had a good song, that was the time to get on the air because, you know, August 1981, that's when MTV came out. So that was the perfect time to get a hit song and then get exposed on the MTV. Well, it could be a double-edged sword. If you were ugly, then it could kind of show that you were ugly. But it got your song out there, though. So, besides on the radio and in the record shops, got it exposed on the TV. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Yeah, maybe it's called like Christmas rapping because it's like rapping, like rhyming as well. Maybe it's a joke. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Well, I'm gonna leave this out because, all right, because it's gonna rain, I think, really bad tomorrow. So it's gonna thunderstorm again. But today on Christmas it's sunny. We got a break. So. Yeah. Quite the storm last night. Cool. All right. So so nothing. I've just seen nothing but single grandmas, single old ladies. Because why is that? Why is there single old ladies? Well, not just feminism. It's just that once people reach a sexual prime, they're not desired in society anymore. So yeah. So that's single. Single is not desired by society. Is basically what that means. Or it means you don't like people. So it means yeah. So it could mean you're antisocial, but it could also mean, or you're fiercely independent or something like that. But it's usually because sexually rejected by society because of you're not on the sexual marketplace, right? So that's what it is. Yeah. That's why society has traditionally not treated. Not only has it not treated single people well, but it has not treated old people well for those very explainable reasons. Yeah. So the gossip grandmas, because the weather cleared up, have a time to go run wild and go gossip it up on Christmas. Well, you might think, well, if they had to have been sexually attractive at one time, right? Well, I guess, I mean, maybe they're grandmas and, and maybe some of these older ladies are grandmas. Maybe they have like family or something. Maybe some of them don't have any family. Maybe some of them don't. They have sons and daughters that want nothing to do with them. So they have like a really lonely Christmas or lonely holiday time. So, it depends on their situation, who they are, right? But, yeah. But, do I like it that people were able to enjoy Christmas today? Well, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. I mean, it's a nice walk, but then a lot more people can go out. So, but if it was flooded or raining or storming, then wow, what a storm last night. Yeah. Na, 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 na. Well, the upside to not drinking on Christmas Eve or Christmas is that I don't have a hangover. So, yeah. People that got shit canned yesterday have a horrible hangover today. So. We're coming early because we're not trying to race grandmas on the walking trail. You know what I mean? We're not trying to race older ladies on the walking trail today. Compete for who's the most badass walker in the neighborhood. We don't want to do that on Christmas Day. We might hit the track later after breakfast. So keep those cows down and keep the nutrition up, right? Keep the fat down and the nutrition up. That's the name of the game. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I thought it would have been funnier in Houston, Texas if the Christmas was totally fucked off. And it was not because I'm a Scrooge, but it just would have been hilarious to, like, you know, thunderstorming the entire time from Christmas Eve to all the way for 5 days straight. It would have been crazy. But thankfully, we got a break. But hilarious, like, if Christmas Day was a washout, that would be pretty funny. But the weather clearing up on Christmas Day has its advantages because now I can do Wheeler Griller. See, if it was thunderstorming and a horrible flooding out, then I couldn't go grill my double hamburger tonight. So now I can have hamburger and fries and grill. And then the thunderstorms don't come back until tomorrow. So, yay. Have a nice Christmas dinner. No one won that $1 billion. It's $1.15 billion now for Friday's game. The game's afoot. So, yeah. Oh, also, speaking of games, we have the Texans versus the Baltimore Ravens tonight, this afternoon. Christmas football at 3:30. So, will the Texans win? Well, they kind of do too many penalties against themselves, and they're facing superior teams. So, I mean, sometimes they're a surprising team. They could eke through, maybe through luck, but I don't think consistently they could rise to the Super Bowl and win. You know, the first Houston Texans Super Bowl championship ever. Oh, I would be amazed if they could. Oh, yeah. Now they face the Ravens. Nevermore. Eleanor, nevermore. The Raven. Edgar Allan Poe. One day I read it, right? Before a Texans-Ravens game. But it's not near Halloween or anything. It's Christmas Day, so. It would be fun, but I've already done that, so. So we're gonna have a double cheeseburger tonight, a super burger for Christmas, with some cheddar and just some toasted bread, and then some steak fries. So, yeah. my storm precautions were not paranoid. Um, but, you know, something, if there's a bad storm tomorrow, then you know what? I have all the ice and I have all the frozen jugs. So I still have plenty of water and ice to salvage the food. So just in case tomorrow's storms are, the next storm system is bigger than the last two rounds. Da-da. Oh yeah. And I think Mom is coming back on Thursday or Friday. So yeah. Uh-oh. Let's go ahead and do, should we, our breakfast just have, maybe I'll have 2 sausages and a bacon. That's what I'll have, yeah. 2 sausages and a bacon. So the most annoying gossip grandma is gone right now, our next door neighbors. So she's the one that gets up in your business and asks for your social security number and stuff. And tries to find out all the information on you and tries to find your social security number, your driver's license. And she's like a built-in, like a little mini NSA, you know, eager for gossip and eager for juicy bits of personal information because she has no life. Or I guess she pretends to have a life with her grandchildren, but, you know, if she had a life, then why would she spend most of her time trying to get information on other people or up people's ass in the neighborhood? So, the other old ladies are more, the other gossipers and dog walkers are a little bit quieter than Vicky is. All right, let's just have 1 bacon, and then we'll have 2 sausage. Yeah, that's what we'll do here. So Vicky and her husband are gone right now, and probably seeing her grandchildren. So, yeah. Oh, are there crappy singers singing again on Fox News? Oh God, please not. All right. So we're gonna finish up the Lord of the Rings trilogy here. So yeah. So here's the plan. We're gonna finish up some of our hash browns, and then we're gonna cook this, do some hash browns, and then we're going to make our 2 eggs. So it's gonna be excellent. Merry Christmas. Yeah. Get to do that Wheeler griller tonight. I don't know if Vicky and her husband, I don't know if Vicky's going to come back with her grandchild and be out blabbing on her phone on her patio while I'm trying to grill tonight. But if she says, Merry Christmas, then I'll just say Merry Christmas. And, you know, but if she asks any personal questions, you know, then that's going to be met with stone cold silence. Any personal questions will be met with stone cold stonewalling. Yes, stone cold stonewall, just like a politician or something. So if she asks any personal questions, where's your brother, mother, father, cousin, uncle? Would be like, I don't know, somewhere. So what is Thanksgiving family dinners like and Christmas dinners? They're just a lot of strangers sitting around that don't really normally talk to each other a lot of times. And you just get together with them because they're part of your blood or something like that. And so you're sitting around, with basically not really strangers, but friends, but not exactly strangers. You have your, like Mew, the Danish rock band, you have your frienders. So you're sitting around with friends, but not exactly strangers. And then they're like, blah, 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 how's your life? So, blah, blah, sitting around waiting for this meal. Like, oh, I can't wait for this day's over. You exchange some gifts. Oh, you got me a gift. Oh, you shouldn't have. Yeah. Then you watch the football game. Then you have the turkey and the family meal. And then there's like, so, blah, blah, blah. How's the Bitcoin? And how's the stocks? And blah, 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 blah. And it's really boring. It really is. It really is a fucking boring. And then they want to ask you personal questions. So, have you thought about women? So, what's your economic? Yeah, and then that shit starts, and then it really gets annoying. And then, if you have a family that has outlawed alcohol, then nobody's drinking, and then it's really boring. So it's like a teetotaler Christmas or Thanksgiving. So you don't even get the luxury of being drunk in that situation because everybody's sober. Oh. No, thank you. So, how's the money and the women? Yeah. Oh, and you know what? Maybe you get exposed to diseases hanging out with a large group of people. Maybe somebody brought a new variant of COVID or a new flu or a new cold. So you get to enjoy that. So, yeah. I'd rather have my 2 days of Lord of the Rings and Die Hard marathons and peace and personal. Yeah. So I might get, my privacy might be interrupted by the next door neighbor, Vicky, nosing into my business while I'm grilling because our patios are next to each other. So in the condos, in the condo complex. But if she stays gone, though, if she stays gone over her daughters or sons, then whew, I probably won't get so lucky that they'll come back tomorrow. But anyways, we're still going to grill no matter what, no matter if we are 20 questioned by this lady. Being nosy. She's a nosy Rosie. She snoops in other people's business that she shouldn't because she has no life of her own. Or, yeah. I don't hate her. I don't hate her with a passion. It's just, she's just, people that get on my nerves, they get on my nerves. You know what I mean? She gets on my nerves a lot. Dun, dun, yeah. Oh, yeah. So Thanksgiving dinner and Christmas to me is, so how does it feel to die inside and die and your body die every single day that you live? So how does that feel, everybody? Are you having a life, a great time? How does it feel to slowly die inside yourself and your outside of your body and your body grow older every single year towards death? How does that feel, everybody? Merry fucking Christmas. How does that motherfucking feel? So, so Christmas solo is a break from the insanity of mankind for a little while until it returns, until it comes back into the fold again. Oh, we need some coffee. All right. Merry motherfucking Christmas and a happy new year. I'm gonna have a happy new beer. All right. What's going on here? Happy new year. Oh. Going in hard on the breakfast, the Christmas breakfast, dog. Yeah. We're putting on that Die Hard with a Vengeance. Don't they play Hot Time, Summer in the City? Time to get back to the nitty gritty. Hot time, summer in the city. Oh yeah, it's a different world. Go out and find a girl. And the days and the nights in the city. There it is. We'll be daring today. We'll put sugar in our coffee. You're such a daredevil. You're such a rebel. Some in the city, in the city. Then suck on a titty. The terrorism came in the Die Hard movie. The terrorism? Oh, shit. Ooh, that. Ooh, the explosions. This was in 1995? Was it after the Oklahoma City bombing? So that's why they thought, hey, let's use a bomber. And the Unabomber hadn't been caught yet. Right, we got those done real well. We didn't want to burn it. Well, hot time, summer in the titty.
He's on suspension.
No, he's not. Today.
Who is this?
Call me Simon.
What do you want?
I want to play a game.
What kind of game?
Simon says. Simon's going to tell Lieutenant McLean what to do. Lieutenant McLean is going to do it. Non-compliance will result in a penalty.
What penalty?
Well, you know what? It's Christmas Day, so let's put a smile on his face. There he is.
What is it that you want Lieutenant McLean to do?
Simon says Lieutenant McLean is to go to the corner of 138th Street go down to the town, which is in Harlem, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yes. Do they bleep out the niggers in this movie? The I hate niggers part? I don't know if they used to bleep it out back in. Niggers was a word that it wasn't perceived by woke society or liberals as a curse word. It was unpolitically correct, but in the 1990s, it wouldn't be bleeped out or the words.
Next 14 dump trucks stolen from a yard in S.A.W. Jesus. Is there a construction company?
John's landlady went to his apartment. Shush. That's probably already out in California. Contractor pussy money with the thieves and out in Jersey a couple years ago.
See what you can do with it.
Hey, what was the lottery number last night? Still paying cash, right?
Yeah. 69.91 every week.
69.91, lucky number. That's the cops in New York to the addresses.
How are the kids, John?
Yeah, okay.
Did you tell them Holly?
bad boy on.
Yes, we
Yeah.
I'm on it.
So, where's the backup gonna be?
I kind of know you're gonna find in church. Well, you better find out what rock he's over there.
Kick it over.
John,
Jesus, John. Holy shit. What do we need more than that, Rose?
We got 3 killings in Red Hook the past 2 nights.
Put mine on it. And genetic, I may as well have some holes in the case.
The next 14 dump trucks stolen from a yard in Staten Island. 13. Jesus. Looks like a construction company.
I was John's landlady when I cleaned his apartment. Church. Set priority on California. Contractor put the money in the feed and Jerry clear.
See what Joey can do with it.
Hey, move the water and blast it.
Or a little more than that, so.
Still pay the badge, Rick?
Yeah. 69.91. Hey, move the water and blast it.
Or a little more than that, so.
Yeah. 69.91 every week.
That was cost New York for the rest.
All right, so we put the chives in here, put some pepper, and so we're just gonna have a little bit of the hash browns. We don't really have a lot. Well, in that case, I could make biscuits or something, but I kind of like to make biscuits when there's more people. So.
So, where's the backup gonna be?
Want to draw back $128.
$10? You fucking kidding me?
Oh, man, that's just great. Wait, well, what is all this about, huh? If we don't do what this guy said, he's gonna blow up another company.
Why me? What does that do with me?
I have no idea. He just said it has to be you.
We'll see if TNT. We'll see if TNT bleeps out niggers. That's in the original movie. So, I'm just wondering about the current censorship in 2020 society. That's what I'm kind of interested in. So I'm not so much interested into. I'm not really so much interested in curse words. I'm really interested in what is banned in 2020 society, whether it's on big tech platforms or corporate television. You know, I'm kind of curious. So we're gonna get these really toasted. So did they cut out "I hate niggers" in the movie? So we're gonna see if they cut it out, or if we're gonna see if TNT Corporation blurs it out. So we're just kind of curious if they allow the movie to be. Do they put a viewer discretion is advised? This movie has bad language, and it has bad, violent situations and violent. Or does it just bleep out stuff? So a guy says motherfucker and he says mother friender. So we'll see if it's like that.
And why is that important? Respect. And who's the bad guy? And who's the good guy? Who's gonna help?
Nobody.
So who's gonna help? And who do we not want to help?
White people.
That's all right. And get on out of here. Go to school.
Uncle, you better come look at this.
What?
There's a white man standing in the street.
I seen one.
Not like this.
Oh, they let it go. Oh, they didn't bleep it. Oh, okay, they didn't bleep it. Oh, okay, TNT just let it fly. Okay, so they're not TNT is not a woke corporation. Okay, so we were just we were wondering if they're going to bleep that. As somebody who grew up in the 1980s and 1990s and the 2000s, 2010s. Well, in the 1980s, 1990s, came of age in the new century, the 21st century. I'm kind of interested in the censorship situation on TV and in big tech and social media and stuff like that. Yeah. You're going to try to crisp these browns. Merry Christmas to you. So, in 1995 in America, there was two things happening. There was a struggle between the U.S. federal government and citizens, which is ongoing, really. And the struggle of the power of the citizen versus the federal government. The power of the Gestapo, the FBI, and the ATF, and NSA, and so on, all the federal agencies. I just call it, any kind of conflict, I'll just call it power struggle, just to make it simple, whether it's personal or not. Just to make it simple, I'll call any conflict power struggle, because essentially conflict is when people cannot agree and it's a power play. Right, it's when people or organizations or governments cannot agree. So that's a struggle for power. Whether it's between two individuals or it's between two governments, it doesn't really matter. That's just the magnitude, the scope of the conflict. So the Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski, is still free at this time in 1995. The Randy Weaver assassination happened at Ruby Ridge by the federal government. Also, Timothy McVeigh and Terry, is it Nichols or McNichols, blew up the Oklahoma City Federal building, killing many, many people, including women and children. So this is also the context is that O.J. Simpson, Orenthal J. Simpson, has killed Nicole Brown Simpson. He's a black famous man, and he has murdered his ex-wife and her new boyfriend out in California. And it has created a sensational show trial by 1995, and this has polarized the nation along racial lines between black and white. So it makes sense that Die Hard with a Vengeance both includes bombs and racial division in the same film. So it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, given the context of all the things that were going on at the time in America and the world. So, but especially in what the themes and issues going on in America. So racial division wasn't just polarizing with the O.J. Simpson trial, black versus white, but it was also before that with the beating, one of the first televised beatings on tape on a camcorder from a VHS of a beating of Rodney King by 4 white police officers, and that caused the L.A. riots in the early '90s. So. The reason why the United States of America has not erupted into a second civil war are, well, the founding fathers, the constitutional rights, and the structure of the U.S. government, the division of power, and also the rights of states versus the rights of the federal government, of the Union. And so that's why Civil War Part 2 hasn't broken out in America. And plus, this isn't South Africa, where there's a huge African American population. So if the country was like half African American and it was racially divided, then we would be in a Civil War Part 2 for racial control of the country. But African Americans make up 13% of the U.S. population, and the white, Caucasian, European, English-speaking make up 60 to 70% at this time, even with all the illegal aliens and foreigners flooding into our country through the Biden-Harris administration. So, having a common language and a common American heritage and a common history in America has kept the Union together, has kept the United States of America from devolving into a third world country, a second civil war, based on racial or economic, ethnic lines or whatever. But, I suppose the second civil war could still happen if it was foreigners versus natives. So invaders versus native citizens. So a second civil war still could happen. But thankfully, this is not Africa. So we have a system of law and separation of powers in the United States and the U.S. Bill of Rights and Constitution, which are supposed to safeguard against civil wars, for instance. Thank God. that breakfast bowl going. Oh yeah. And we got to get some OJ Oye. Speaking of OJ. God. Okay. Let's get cracking. So having a common constitution, Bill of Rights, and language and heritage and common values keeps a country together cohesively, and the lack thereof tears the nation apart. Also, a country must be held together by a vibrant middle class. So a country cannot have too many haves, too few haves, and too many have-nots, or the country will also rip itself apart with the disappearing, vanishing middle class. So, if you have too few elites and not enough people in the middle, then you have a downward spiral, and you're going to get more violence with socioeconomic inequality. So, the more Jeff Bezoses there are, the few there are, and the more people just struggling, while the CEOs and the big dogs get more millions and billions of dollars, and that's going to cause violence, like the Luigi Mangione situation, killing the United Healthcare CEO. So you'll see a lot of CEOs and a lot of upper tier elites that run different businesses. Google, Sundar Pichai, Google, Alphabet Corporation, Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook Meta Platforms, Jeff Bezos of Amazon. You'll see these characters up their security because, the elites have a target on their back, and especially those that run corporations and filthy rich, obscenely rich corporations, organizations. Da-da. I think Alex Becker had it right with his Jeff Bezos on the island, baby McBillianson metaphor on his video, where it said that if Bezos takes too many coconuts and nobody else on the island is enjoying any coconuts, that eventually somebody's gonna is gonna take him out. You know what I mean? So because the other people aren't getting their fair share, because the system is not equitable, or what too few are getting too many coconuts on the island, so the rest of the people gang up and they take out the person with too many coconuts. So when people realize a game or a system is unfair, they'll just flip the table. In other words, they just will refuse to play. So when the game is rigged, people refuse to play. So that's what we're seeing in American society right now. People flipping the table and refusing to play, or unfortunately lashing out in violence. We got our oh man. Well, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your friends. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Alcoholism is thriving in America, isn't it? Yes. Oh, all those lost livers. All those lost livers in America. We should put the tombstones for the livers. All those holy livers. So liver failure is the number 10 cause of death in America because of alcoholism, rampant alcoholism. We're not exactly the alcoholic capital of the world, though, I don't think. I think that's still Russia with the vodka alcoholics. So those are like the king of the alcoholics, I think. But we're trying to catch up, though. We're trying to catch up with the drunks in Russia. We're trying to catch up, but Russia's a big country, right? With fewer people, but a gigantic landmass. Yeah! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, ta-ta-ta-ta. All right. The Waitresses, 1981. There it is. Christmas breakfast. And tonight we'll be having the Wheeler Burgers for the Wheeler Grillers. Thankfully, the weather is cooperating. And so God bless and best of success to a peaceful and happy Christmas time, holidays with friends and family. Peace.